I'm Tina Korbe, and we're here in the Green Room with Carl Graham, who is the CEO of the Montana Policy Institute. We just wrapped up our second panel, our National Policy Summit on Energy and Federalism. My first question for you would be, could you please just name one or two specific regulations that are coming down the pike from the EPA that you're particularly concerned about?
Probably there are two of them that have the most impact on us, and one of them's under the Clean Air Act, one of them's under the Clean Water Act. The Clean Air Act one would expand clean air regulations to different types of drilling that are very important to Montana, and in ways that make absolutely no sense and really probably aren't legal. The Clean Water Act acts are attempts to expand the EPA and also the Department of Interior's jurisdiction into fracking. It's been proven, it's a proven technology, it's not a dangerous technology, but they want to shut it down, so they've come up with some rules that would really shut that industry down.
And along those same lines, could you compare and contrast the energy situation in Montana with the energy situation in Oklahoma?
Well, you guys have a lot more. You have a lot more, you're exploiting it a lot better and exploiting it a lot more. We have tremendous reserves in Montana. If you look at our coal reserves, they're second to none in the country and almost in the world, and our oil and gas reserves are very significant as well. The biggest difference is, as I noted in the presentation, is that Montana is 30% federal lands. A lot of those reserves are under those federal lands, and getting permits and being able to exploit those reserves in a responsible way is very, very difficult and time-consuming and expensive.
And last question, why are these issues that we're talking about important not only to policymakers and to people who follow it day in and day out, but also to individual Americans who might not be thinking about regulation issues in advance of the election?
Well, philosophically, why is the federal government regulating what happens in Montana? We have scientists, we have regulators, we have concerned citizens. We're all environmentalists. We wouldn't live there. We love the outdoors and all that. So why is the federal government coming down and imposing a one-size-fits-all solution that might work in New York or Pennsylvania or even Oklahoma on us? We can do that, and we should do that, and we should be able to responsibly exploit the things that God has given us to better our lives, to have better families, multi-generation jobs, and just a better place to live and pursue happiness.